So today I woke up and thought, I don't want to spend the entire day in my flat, in my tiny, tiny flat. So I packed my bag and I went to inner Copenhagen. And as per usual, I went to the Disney store. Now, this is where it gets interesting. When I exited the Disney store, I thought to myself, okay, it's time to go home. And then I saw a couple of familiar faces. It was Pete Bucknell and Carrie Hope Fletcher. I went up to them and I said, Carrie? And she went, yeah. Not as cold as that. She was very, very nice. And my mind went blank. I stammered out what my name was and that I had her book in my bag and if she wanted to sign it, which she did. There, All I Know Now. And she signed it. So Mother, it doesn't matter that you didn't get me a signed copy because I just got it signed myself. Pete complimented my bag and Carrie noticed that I was wearing a scarf from one of the book club boxes and I got a picture with Carrie and then suddenly we were walking away from each other and saying like, lovely to meet you and stuff like that. I got a hug from both of them. They were lovely. They were lovely. But my mind just blanked and I was shaking. Like violently shaking so much that I thought I was going to mess up the picture. I mean, I have to admit, walking away, I did a few breathing exercises. But on my way home, I kept thinking of things that I wanted to say to Carrie and to Pete. And so, on the off chance that Carrie or Pete is watching this video, hello again, this is what I wanted to say. 1, it was so lovely to meet you. Like, I can't tell you how lovely it was. You're both very, very lovely people and I feel so honoured to have run into you like that. 2, I hope that The Little Mermaid was to your liking and if you weren't going to, it would be a really good idea to go to the Tivoli Gardens because it's a very magical place and I believe that Hans Christian Andersen himself got some inspiration to write some of his fairy tales in those gardens. So I think it will bring you some inspiration if you needed it. And it's just really nice place. It's one of my favourite places in Copenhagen. Thirdly, I am so excited for On the Other Side. For those of you who don't know, it's the book that Carrie is, the fictional book that Carrie is publishing next summer, and it has LGBT plus characters in it, and that just made me want to read it more. I mean, knowing that that's a topic that the book talks about, that's really, really cool. And lastly, Pete and Carrie, I so hope that you enjoy Copenhagen and that you fall in love with it like I have, because really Copenhagen is my favourite city in the whole world. The thing is, I have met Carrie before. I met her at Stage Door after seeing her perform in Les Mis in London, but I had been preparing myself for weeks to see her and like what was I going to say and how was I going to act and what was I going to wear and how was I going to wear my hair and whatever, right? But this time it was kind of sprung upon me, which was why I was shaking so bad. Running into your favourite YouTuber on the street, if you haven't experienced it, for me it's a cross between meeting your favourite fictional character and an old friend that you haven't talked to in years. It's not something, and especially when you're walking around Copenhagen, it's not something that you expect, especially because there are not a lot of YouTubers who go to Copenhagen, and even though I knew that Carrie and Pete were in Copenhagen or are in Copenhagen these days, it's a big city, so I didn't expect to run into them on the street. When you watch a YouTuber, they feel like a character on TV. They don't feel like a proper human being who goes other places. It just feels like they live in that one bubble. And so it's really huge when you see your favorite YouTuber come walking down the street. And it feels like you've seen a friend. So I was so comfortable around Carrie and Pete too, because it felt like I knew them, or at least I knew Carrie. I've watched a few of Pete's videos, but I'm a devout hopeful. You know, I feel like I know Carrie kind of, so it felt like, you know, it was an old friend and we hadn't seen each other for years, but I still felt very, very comfortable around her. It wasn't the day that I was expecting when I woke up, but it was a really, really, really nice day. Even if only that one thing happened. I think I can live off that for a while now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.